Hello everyone, today is Monday, February 24th. It's about 6:56 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm just getting around to recording Trader Jim's live video for today. In today's video, Jim talks about a couple things that I want to address here. One is he asks towards the end of the video if you guys think these videos are getting boring or repetitive, and I want to just give my own opinion on that. I think absolutely not. I think the market is different every day, and I think these videos are an ongoing education. Even if the methodology is the same, it enforces using that methodology and planning your trade and trading your plan. That's what Jim is doing every day, and I think the ability to see this every day helps a lot of traders. I think I can speak for a lot of people. I think the response will probably be, yeah, keep it coming, because traders want to see winning trades, and I don't think anyone will think it's boring. I certainly don't. I think there's a great lesson to be learned from every video. The market is not the same every day, and that alone shows how to handle the same, while it might be the same methodology, it's showing using the same methodology throughout different market conditions, and I think that is the big takeaway. I think our video series, now going back not quite a year, but 150 plus videos, is just a great body of work for education on how to use the AutoTrader, and I, for one, don't get bored with these videos at all. I think they're absolutely fantastic. The other thing was trade didn't get filled on a limit order, and I wanted to speak about that limit versus market order. And once again, just because a limit order didn't work out this time doesn't mean you should go changing your whole strategy. The reason we use limit orders is because market orders will not only take every single trade, but the chances of getting massive slippage, especially in a fast market, are very high. You just really don't know what your fill is going to be. It's going to be whatever the market, however fast the market's moving, it could be many ticks away. So for that reason, we don't use market orders. You have a lot more control with limit orders. And case in point is, of all these videos that we have, how many times has Jim not gotten filled on a limit order? And I think we can all see that it's very, very few. It rarely happens. So a limit order with 0 ticks pullback has a very high probability of getting filled. This is my 30-minute chart with the levels on here. They're very similar to Jim's, although I don't use the exact same methodology that Jim uses to arrive at his levels. But I will say this virgin point of control here, this was the low of the market, and all these levels I have here coincide with either the higher low of the value area or a high volume node. And so this level here, this 9607, which has been on the charts, you can see it, this was 3 points of control approximately in close proximity, and so it's no surprise that this was a key level here. And then coming down on the chart, all these levels are high volume nodes, and also areas like this where the market had several hits on a level here. This is the 9469 area on my chart, but this was a high volume node here, and then of course the market had resistance here for a number of days and then finally broke through it and only went below it today. But notice the test from yesterday, and then the overnight test was at this level, this 95.35 area and so forth. So it's a very good methodology using these zones, and I don't think anybody's bored by it. I'm certainly not. So let's hear it in the comments. Let Jim know if you find it boring or you want to keep seeing it.
All right, Sunday night, Globex open, 987 short. This is the regular 987 template, trading one contract and looking for a 50-point move, and in this case definitely looking lower. Now, why lower? Besides the obvious, looks like we gap down quite a bit, but I actually waited a few minutes to make sure that they cannot return back, that the 93.46 area cannot be traded above. Now, those of you who remember, those of you who followed the videos over the past 2-3 weeks, should recognize the number 93.46. Trading below it brings another number you should be familiar with, 92.57. So this short is targeting a move toward 92.57. Okay, so I might not have to wait till tomorrow morning. They really are taking them down. And so I'm just going to leave the recording running here. Going to stay here. This might not just be a recap. This might be a recorded live trade. Let's see if they decide to hit the target right now. Come on, hit them. Oh, the sun, here it is. Here it is. Well, did not have to wait till tomorrow morning. They didn't now. They are not done, though. They are not done. Great move down. They are going to that 57. No question now, and probably lower into tomorrow. Great trade, great managing by the auto trader. Picked a beautiful location right next to the volatility stop to take a short. And yeah, done before the evening is over. So now we can shut this, and we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow. Monday morning, the 24th, Globex, Super Enco 6. The auto trader is looking for a long. This is the regular Super Enco template, trading two contracts, looking for 500. So a long because we firmed up on 91.35. Now, does this mean I am bullish? No, this is simply a play on numbers. So this is a very small time frame, and I'm looking for a very, it's almost like a scalping kind of a template, looking for a quick move up. Plan to be out way before the 92.57, the zone overhead. Remember, if they are weak enough, they do not have to touch it. And I strongly begin to believe, actually, they might have to test that all-important 9,060. I can tell you that if they test it, and then if they firm up on it, I'm going to start being bullish as long as they hold the 9,060 to a substantial move higher. So I have to get ready for the day, so I don't have the time to manage this. I'm going to let the auto trader get into the trade, manage, and then hopefully exit the trade with a profit. I'm going to just take quick peeks every now and then. All right, well, the auto trader hits its target without any supervision. I got a run. It was a good trade. I am not bullish. I'm expecting lower prices. And I'm trying to figure out if I can leave the open range filter on shorts when I leave. We'll see.
All right, the 24th, right around 2 p.m. Wow. So before I start, let me show something that did not work out. I know I said last week sometimes things happen that I edit out because they just didn't work out, and some of you expressed an interest to see, the stuff that I edit out because it just did not work out. So this is a perfect example right here. Actually, I had the daily open range filter 500 tick chart on shorts. And maybe if we make it bigger, we can see what happened. So it has a limit order to get in. All my templates have a limit order for entry. There is never slippage on entry. Let me show you. As you can see here, limit order. So I always enter with a limit order. So what happened here was price went below the open range, but because of the fast move down, the limit order was never filled. And so trade just left without me. Now I took my laptop with the auto trader to work. So it actually was watching this and, in complete frustration as the trade just left without me. And then I just unclicked the shorts. I disengaged the auto trader. So, here is an example where I was, I think, doing everything right. I had the right idea. I saw that test of 9,060, and this is definitely more than 25 points. This template trades one contract for a $500 target or 25 NASDAQ points. So definitely would have filled the target, but just things did not work out, and the limit order was never filled. And then I did not have the longs on. Of course, I should have put it on because after the test of 9,060, so this was my mess up over here. After the test of 9,060, I did expect that if price firmed up, it would go substantially higher, probably back up to the 91.35 and higher. And sure enough, firmed up on 60. I don't think it even spent a minute below 60, just in and out. And then a long would have been completely appropriate. And again, probably would have hit the target, or definitely would have hit the target. But I was doing other things. I was just kind of watching this, and I did not click the long. So just a shame. This was a winning trade that never happened, and that's part of trading. Those things happen. Now, of course, you could say, well, why not just set it on a market order instead of a limit order? And my point is, you should never change your approach based on any one trade or even 5 trades. If you tested something, if you worked on something that has been working, there's no need to change anything because of one trade. I believe the limit order is the correct way to enter. In this case, it did not work. I missed the trade. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to now change everything and start getting into every trade with a market order. I did not see such a sharp, quick sell-off down. Obviously, I have no way of knowing the future. So this just did not work out, and it's fine. All right, so let's take a look at the zone and what they have done so far. So Again, the logic behind the short yesterday during Globex on the 987, we opened here. So first of all, we closed on Friday neutral to the 94.60 area. It was, I think the actual close was like 55. So you might say, well, 55 is below 60, but not for me. For me, 55 is neutral to 60 because for me, it's never the exact price. So they closed neutral on Friday. So my plan for Sunday was as follows. For me, a plan always has two parts. It's always either or a if then. So I have a long and a short plan. So on Sunday night, I said, depending where the open is, if they open up above 94.60, I'll be looking for longs to 95.30. If they open below 94.60, I'll be looking for shorts, but I was thinking of this zone, the 93.46 zone. Well, they opened up pretty much right at 93.46 area and just could not even hold it. So when I saw that, I immediately realized they're going to 57. So first I had to double check. I waited about 20 minutes just to make sure that indeed this is not a fake out and they indeed cannot trade above 93.46. They couldn't. There was a short, and see here when we hit 57, there was a bounce. Then they broke through 57, went down to 91.35, and a bounce, a couple of bounces. Then 91.35 did not hold. A very quick test of 60, and this was just really quick, in and out. Then again, zone to 35. Tried to form up on 35, couldn't. Again, down to the 60. Again, real quick, in and out of the 60 and out. So unfortunately, I kind of missed this opportunity. I would use the Super Renko 6 in this area above the 60 area to try and take it higher, but I missed it. And at this point, I'm not sure. I guess I would need to see another test of 60 before I consider doing anything. Just wanted to, by the way, if some of you could do me a favor, those of you who have been watching the videos every day, let's say for the past few weeks, would you do me a favor in the comment section? I'm just trying to say something. If those zones look familiar to you, 93.46, 92.57, 91.35, 9,060, and then below that, 89.70. So if those numbers are familiar to you, because maybe some people who just begin to watch these videos, they think I'm just making these numbers up after the fact or something. So if you could just put in the comment area that indeed those numbers are familiar. I've been talking about these numbers for well over 2 weeks. Do me a favor, just a quick comment that yes, you are familiar with those levels. Another thing I just want to bring up, and I'm not sure exactly how to put this. I wonder if these videos are going to get really dull and boring to watch. And the reason why I'm saying this, I kind of realized even from watching some of the previous videos from last week, my trading approach is going to be pretty much exact same thing every single day. I've finally, after all these months, I've reached my, I think they call it a aha moment, where I kind of realize how to combine my methodology and the other trader, and just, I'm pretty sure every trade from this point on is going to look the same. So if you take the actual prices away, it's going to look like the same exact trade over and over again. And I'll be using the 987 Hakinashi if I see a bigger move before a zone. So like yesterday's trade, when I saw at least 50 points between where the price was and the zone underneath. I'll be using the Super Renko 6 for the quicker moves upon reaching or rejecting a zone, so I'll be using the Super Renko 6 on longs or shorts, depending on where the price is. But I guess the point is, I think all the trades are going to start looking the same, and I don't really know how interesting it is to watch. I really need to know from you, what is it that you are looking for, because maybe it's best if I don't send videos every day and just kind of wait for special kind of days when something different happens. I don't know, but it's going to all look the same. And I think they have been all looking the same. It's always the 987 or the daily open range filter on the 500 tick, or the Super Enco 6 for the scalping kind of moves. And that's because I've reached a point where I know how to make the auto trader work in my world, so to speak. I just can't find the right words, but it's going to start being mundane. And that's maybe, I think that's maybe when you really reach the point where you truly understand trading, because I don't think trading is supposed to be exciting. And it's the same thing. I'm doing the same exact thing. If you take a look at the trades from this video and the trades from maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they're the same trades. And it's going to continue to happen because I have no reason to change anything. So let me know if maybe I should slow down with maybe not a daily video, but maybe do it maybe a couple of times a week, maybe like on Monday, so I can kind of talk about the zones for the week, or when something extraordinary happens. But other than that, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be the same trades. The 987 for big moves, and the Super Enco 6 for quick moves. And if opportunity allows, then the 500 tick open range filter. They did attempt kind of test the 60, didn't quite get to 60. But again, remember, if they're bullish, they don't have to touch the 60. And they made it clear twice already today that they have no interest in going below 60. As I showed you on the chart, I can show you the chart again. Let me just get through this trade. So this is the regular Super Enco 6 to contract 500 target. See if they hit first target here. Ooh, came close and breaking away. They're so sneaky. So, I would feel more comfortable if they actually touched it, but you know what? They touched it twice already today. I'm talking about the 60 area, and they came right out of it. So I have no reason to think it was first target, that they really need to go all the way back there again. Not putting my stuff at break even, because they're going to go straight there. Even if they fool around a little bit, they're gonna go higher. Did I show the computer clock yet? So let's see if I can find the zones chart just to show you what I mean. Hit my target. Here we go. Done. Beautiful. Okay, so let me show you what I meant. So you see how twice before they got to 60 and bounced right out? So they had no need to really get back there again. It would not be unusual if they did. But as soon as I saw the attempt, that's when I put the auto trader on longs, and as soon as the trade qualified, they just took it. Try to do this manually. Ain't no way. This is too fast. To do this manually would be, I don't want to say impossible, but I know for a fact I would not be able to do this. Super Enco 6 is great for this kind of a setup. When they come and they try a zone, you see what I mean? It was just a way to drive everyone out. So yeah, Super Enco 6 does the job. The auto trader, again, phenomenal. Finding a long right upon what they try to do here. You see these lows, and then of course the usual stop run. Just get down a little bit and come right out, and the auto trader just caught this. Just beautiful, beautiful move lower. So that's another example of what I was talking about before. I'm doing the same thing all the time. So I don't know how interesting this could possibly be. I really want to hear from you if I should do daily videos or just maybe spread them out more, because that's what it's going to be from now on. All right, guys, have a great day. See you tomorrow.